I normally don't give too much of a damn about what y'all think about what I do, what y'all have to say about what I say, whatever. I normally don't care because, like I said, opinions ain't special. Everybody got one. However, this is something I feel very strongly on, and I need y'all to hear this from the horse's mouth, not the publicist's computer. So check this out.
Hi everyone, I'm your host, owner, and creator of The Mix. Welcome to my channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you to everyone for your support. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you to my day one subscribers. I need for you all to listen to this video. Yes, listen to it from beginning to end. Continue to engage in the comment section respectfully. Also, head on over to the community section. I have some polls going on. Vote, 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 vote. And let me jump right into the topic.
Okay, everybody, how are you doing? Come on in, come on in, come on in. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to The Mix. As you can see, what this video is going to be about, yes, music artist Ne-Yo. Yes, Ne-Yo, his controversial comments. It all stemmed from an interview he did on a podcast. I'm not quite sure what's the name of it, but I'm going to be sharing a couple clips with you guys today. But yeah, everyone is talking about this. This has been trending everywhere. And again, you guys, hit that like when you come on in, like it, share this video, and just listen to this video from beginning to end. Listen to it from beginning to end. Yeah, listen to your girl, The Mix. And again, thank you guys for continuing to support my channel by tuning in. And that's the biggest support ever, just to tune in, listen to my videos, like my videos, share my videos. And those who are not subscribed, go ahead and smash that subscription button. And for everyone, hit the notification bell. Yes. So, okay, back to Ne-Yo. Ne-Yo is a Black American music artist. I'm just not going to go into full bio of him. Just Google him. But I grew up in his era, and he's responsible for a lot of R&B hits. And I think he's a writer as well, businessman. He's a father, I believe 5 or 6. Yeah, I grew up in that era with Ne-Yo. And let me just go ahead and share this clip with you. I might give my commentary and opinion here and there, but let me go ahead and share this with you guys and show you all where it all began. It's a little snippet of this clip, so here we go.
There were no trigger warnings. My generation, there were no trigger warnings. By yourself.
Exactly.
It annoys me.
I mean, anything can trigger you. A light can trigger you. A smell can trigger you. So, I mean, we got to walk on eggshells. Well, that's the thing.
Okay, let me pause right here. This is an interview he did on someone's podcast. I don't know the lady's name, but again, this is just a snippet. So, and they were just, I guess, talking about a variety of topics. And then this basically, it transitioned into this conversation all are about to hear. And let me go ahead and play it.
Want us to.
That's what they want us to do. But my generation, there were no trigger warnings. Okay, you got up and you kept moving. That's kind of what it has to be.
We was kicked outside. We would come inside before the lights go down.
Exactly.
If we got bumps and bruises, we just washed it off with the hose outside.
Yeah, you was good. Come on, man.
It's totally different times.
Let's get back to them days. I feel like I feel like parents have almost forgotten what the role of a parent is.
Amen.
Okay, let me pause it right there. Yes, what they're speaking to right now, I can relate. Again, I grew up in their era, so I can kind of relate in terms of we got it how we got it back then. We were outside. We were told to go outside and play. Come back when the street lights come on. We walked everywhere. We had fun. We created our own outdoor fun. You get bumps and bruises. You ain't going to the hospital. We gonna throw some peroxide on that. You'll be all right. Your body heals itself. So we were rough and rugged back then, and it was just that was, to me, in my opinion, just a great form of community, especially in Black neighborhoods. And that's where I grew up at. But let me go ahead and continue.
It's like, okay,
lost control.
If your little boy comes to you and says, "Daddy, I want to be a girl," and you just let him rock with that,
Okay, and it's more to this clip, so head on over to YouTube, Google, whatever. This is a full interview, and you guys know how I feel about snippets and clips and context. Context means everything, so educate and inform yourself and get the full spiel of it if you're interested, but this is just a clip.
Right.
He's 5.
Right. And where did he get that from?
If you let this 5-year-old boy decide to eat candy all day, he's going to do that.
Exactly.
Like, when did it become a good idea to let a 5-year-old, let a 6-year-old, let a 12-year-old make a life-changing decision for themselves?
Right.
When did that happen?
Right.
Like, I don't understand that. I don't get that.
And to medicate these young kids that are 5, 6, growing up and knowing that it affects their brain, it affects their organs, it makes them sick, but they're not allowed to do drugs, they're not allowed to do alcohol.
Right.
We can medicate them.
He can't drive a car yet, but he can decide his sex.
Right, right. What sexual orientation, and he can cut off his pee-pee, and that, to me, that makes no sense whatsoever.
I don't know if this is true, but I heard a rumor that they either passed or are trying to pass a law in LA that states if your child comes to you and asks to do some of these things and you say no, they can take your kid from you.
Yeah, that's true. Just passed in California.
That makes no sense.
They want us to have no control over our children.
I don't get it.
In schools,
I don't get it.
Hospitals, libraries.
Yeah.
They just want to manipulate. You got to understand, when they're so young and they're already, that's
impressionable.
That's right. Mm-hmm. And from them, they're going to believe what you say. I mean, we say Santa Claus is real. You know, the Easter Bunny. Right, exactly. Like, they know what they're doing.
Remember who you're dealing with. Like, I can't take credit for it, but I heard somebody say one time, he was like, all right, if your son comes to you and says, Daddy, I want to be a girl, ask your son, what is a girl?
That's a good one.
What is he going to do? He's going to say, well, he might want to play with dolls. All right, you want to play with dolls? Fine, play with dolls. Right. But you're a boy playing with dolls.
That's right.
I want to wear pink. All right, cool, wear pink. But you're a boy.
That's right.
Wearing pink.
I was a town boy. I still love boy sneakers, and I love my baseball.
Okay, you guys. There you have it. That's where it all began. Yes. So after that, of course, it went viral. And again, the clip is longer than what I just played. Just check out the entire interview. I'm not sure if it's on Vlad TV or not. Not 100% sure about that. Or the young lady who hosts this interview. But yeah, it went viral, and to my understanding, after that, NEYO'S publicist released a statement. I guess the agency he's at, because a lot of these celebrities, they have the same PR people. And again, PR people, if you guys do not know, they work for certain agencies, public relations, and that's what they do for celebrities. They issue statements and this and that when they see things are running amok on the internet, or if there's some type of controversy or legal problem, this and that. So people start speaking for them because they get paid to. So the agency released a statement, the PR people released a statement apologizing on NEYO'S behalf, etc., etc. So NEYO released his own. So let me go ahead and share that clip with you as well. Here we go.
I normally don't give too much of a damn.
Okay, you guys, this is I think this is a full clip, but he recorded this in his vehicle, as you can see. So basically, NEYO is coming back saying that was what the public released, but this is what I'm saying. So he's coming behind the statement the public relations people released on his behalf. So now this is NEYO's response from his mouth.
What y'all think about what I do, what y'all have to say about what I say, whatever. I normally don't care because, like I said, opinions ain't special. Everybody got one. However, this is something I feel very strongly on, and I need y'all to hear this from the horse's mouth, not the publicist's computer. So check this out. First and foremost, I do not apologize for having an opinion on this matter. I am a 43-year-old heterosexual man raising 5 boys and 2 girls, okay? That's my reality. Now, if my opinion offended somebody, yeah, sure, I apologize for you being offended because that wasn't my intention. My intention is never to offend anybody. However, I'm entitled to feel how I feel. I'm absolutely entitled to feel how I feel the same way you are entitled to feel how you feel. I ain't asked nobody to follow me. I ain't asked nobody to agree with me. I was asked a question and I answered the damn question. Okay? I have no beef with the LGBTQIA plus community whatsoever. I ain't got no beef with y'all. Do whatever the hell it is you want to do. Do what you want to do with your kids. However, somebody asked my opinion on this matter, and this is how I feel. I will never be okay with allowing a child to make a decision that detrimental to their life. I will never be okay with that. I don't care. I definitely plan to educate myself a little bit more on this matter. However, I doubt that there's any book anywhere or any opinion that somebody's going to tell me that's going to make me okay with letting a child make a decision like that. That's just period, point blank, and that's how I feel. If I get canceled for this, then you know what? Maybe this is a world where they don't need a NEYO no more, all right? And I got no problem with that. I'm a hustler, all right? I'll figure it out. I got kids to raise, and I'm going to do that regardless. So, with that being said, y'all have a good day. I love everybody. Live how you want to live, love how you want to love, but your opinion is yours. Speak your opinion as much as you damn well feel like it. Because as I said, they're not important. They're not special. Everybody got one, and you're entitled to it. I'm entitled to mine. All right, y'all feel how y'all want to feel. Have a great day. It's Neo. Peace and love.
Okay, you guys, there you have it. There you have it. Yes, Neo speaks, and that it was the before, the middle with the statement, and then the after. So, what are your thoughts? Like this video again, share this video, like, share, subscribe. What are your thoughts on the situation at hand? So, do you all agree with Neo, or in terms of, and when I say agree with him, in terms of having your own opinion? Yeah, for me, I do agree with him. You can have your own opinion. What you do in your household with your kids is your prerogative. Is your prerogative. Now, do I have a concern or issue or think it's really just going down the wrong path in terms of allowing a child to decide A, B, C, D with their body in this particular context, in this particular topic and subject? Absolutely. Absolutely. I do. Especially because a child is still growing mentally. I remember when I was a kid, the kid that I was then, I'm no longer, the thought process, you have the mental capacity, your brain is still growing and developing, your hormones is all over the place, and, this and that. So I do believe, even, and you know what, I'm not going to even say I do believe, even at the age of 18, 19, and 20, y'all, everybody is still not, to me, in my opinion, not mentally capable of making certain decisions. Everybody, to me, in my opinion, is mentally incapable of fucking up, excuse me, or making stupid decisions, especially if you're not committed to something, if you're not disciplined. And when I say committed and being disciplined, that's meaning in a beneficial fashion where whatever you're seeking or trying to do is beneficial for your mind, body, and spirit and finances. So, but at the age of 18, 19, 20, you like, oh, I'm grown, I'm running amok, even though you can't buy alcohol. I don't think you can buy cigarettes, 18, 19, and 20, so you're still underage, and they raised some great points, and I don't see nothing wrong. Although that's what they're saying, that Neo was, basically Neo's comments have been controversy. I don't see anything wrong with his comments. Even in the first clip when he did the initial interview, I mean, he raised some good questions. He said, you can't even drive yet. You can't even buy alcohol, but you can decide your sexual preference for your body, at the age of 10 and 11. And I think the young lady, she even said too, like, where did they get that idea from? So that's why also, to me, you guys, and to speak to that, it's important for parents to monitor their child's social media, monitor YouTube, especially if you allow your child under the age of 10 to have these type of devices, whether it be a computer. And then for the most part, if your child is in public schools, a lot of public schools I know and I believe have transitioned over to paperless, or everything is, and then all the kids have Chromebooks when they go back to school. And I'm not going to even say most school districts across the United States, because there are a lot of school districts that are impoverished and don't have the finances or resources to be able to compete on a type of level, technology-wise, infrastructure-wise, meaning that their students are not getting the best educational resources and care that's needed for them to survive and develop from a technology perspective. I hope that makes sense, so meaning they ain't giving no money to the kids in the ghetto or, the hood areas, or these big major cities. The black and brown students are, if you're not in a suburban area, the black and brown students are lacking educational wise and technology wise. So, but some schools, like I said, have the Chromebooks and technology and all of that. So you still will have to monitor that, and and the kids are exposed to technology through schools, especially if that particular school has transitioned over to paperless and have the smart boards and all of that. So if students are allowed in a lot of different suburban and affluent areas and non-melanated school districts to have their phones in class and to research on their phone and to go to they're allowed that. So your kids are being exposed to technology, whether we like it or not, especially depending on where they're living at. But nevertheless, you have to monitor it. You have to monitor what your kids are exposed to. If you are homeschooling your child, aside from, and this is just my opinion, the possible social disconnect they may, because I don't know, because I've never homeschooled a child, and I don't know how that impacts a child socially. But I would think, and this is just like a common sense thing, what I'm saying to myself, I would think that if you're homeschooling a child, their social makeup may be a little off, meaning that they may not know how to engage with other students or other people socially because you're homeschooling them. But if you're homeschooling them on the good side of things, the good news is that they're only allowed and exposed to whatever type of technology you are allowing them to be exposed to, So, and parents, we have the power and authority to control what goes on in our household, especially when your child is under 18, So, but yeah, so again, they raised some great points even in an initial interview. And also, like I said, I'm from that era. They took me back to old school. We go outside. You get kicked outside. Go outside and play. And just don't get in trouble. Be respectful. All of that. Have a good time. And you be back in the house when the street lights come on. And if you get an injury or whatever, dog chase you, oh, well, that's that. You better run. You better, So, I don't know. I came from that era as well. But what are your thoughts? Do you believe NEYO'S comments were controversial? Do you believe that he has a right to his opinion? In my opinion, yes. I believe he has that right. I don't see anything that he's saying wrong because, as he stated, he's raising his kids his way, and to each his own with how you raise your kids within your household. And if you allow them to select their gender, then that's your prerogative. To me, in my opinion, you guys, I don't frown upon it, although I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And honestly, like what NEYO said, you can't begin to get me to understand that. You can't. A child underage is able to say, hey, I want to be this gender or that gender. And I say this respectfully. And I can't understand from a legal or a law perspective if they're doing something like that, where their thought process is, So because again, I could piggyback and say, hey, they can't vote. They can't even vote. They can't. And why can't they vote? And why can't they buy alcohol? And why can't they drive a car? Especially if they're not driving a car at some ages, depending on what state you live in, 16, maybe 15 or whatever, from a legal perspective. But they can't do that. And then also, too, they can't even consent. That's a law. Underage, especially depending on where you live at, consent to sex. Under age 18. They can't. They can't consent. There's certain laws, even if a 14-year-old and a 15-year-old is together and they liking each other and all of that, the childhood type of things, they can't consent legally. That's not a consent, depending on the state you're living in. So yeah, so this raised a lot of great questions. I don't believe his opinion was controversial at all initially, and then with him releasing his own version of, hey, I'm running this back. I'm not apologizing. That was my PR team, but you're going to hear it from me, the horse's mouth. This is how I feel about that, and personally, you guys, I'm not pointing any fingers. I don't like whatever you do in your household is your business, is your prerogative. If that's what the route that you want to take, and that's the way you're raising your child, or you're navigating your household, then that's fine. I don't wish any ill will on no one. None of that. That's fine. That's fine. I don't wish, as long as people are not attacking people in a way to just try to harm them physically and emotionally, then you know what I'm saying, that what you do is what you do, So, but again, what are your thoughts? I see nothing wrong with what NEYO said. And I think we all should just love on one another and respect each other's how you run things, whether we agree or not with the type of actions you may take, I may take, or the world may take. Although legally, from a law perspective, and from the actions that this country is navigating in this particular area space when it comes to gender and all of that, I don't, and shout out to those who homeschool your kids. Shout out to those who, and this is just my opinion, shout out to those who have their kids in some type of private educational school, and that's not ran by the government. Shout out to you guys. If you can pay that tuition, big ups. Everybody has their own way, their own path of doing things and raising their household, and that's their prerogative. And I salute them for that. And then also, too, on the flip side of things, even though I might disagree with a lot of things when it comes to the gender type of situation, and I have people in my family who, they do what they do, so, but it's not, and it's all love when we unite and link. And I'm not frowning upon that. But I don't understand it, but I'm not frowning upon that. I don't rock with it, but I'm not frowning upon that, because again, I don't understand that. And I came from that era, of the, it's a man, it's a woman, it's a female, it's a male, it's a girl, it's a boy. I just came from that era. So that's how I was raised. And you can tell, you guys, that there is a big gap with the generational mindsets. And I can even take it a step further when it comes to my parents, when it comes to them. Certain things like with the Easter Bunny, the believing in Santa Claus, and kids are, like the young lady said, kids are impressionable. We hold on to, when I was a kid, I held on to every word my parents said. As I got older, you start reading and learning and meeting people and this and that. It's like, I was lied to in a certain areas. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, that's why I don't play that Easter Bunny, Santa Claus stuff. No, because I did it at first because that was traditional. As I started to grow, mature, and became my own woman and person as a young adult and in my prime, it separated from what my household, how I grew up. It's like, no, I'm not adopting that same tradition, and to each his own. For my kids, no, there's no Easter Bunny, there's no Tooth Fairy, there's no damn Santa Claus. It's all fake, So no, we're not. I'm not raising them that way. So, but yeah. So, and there is a separation or gap when it comes to generational thought process. So, and I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna probably post this as a short. You guys, and the reason why I say this is because my mother has she had some a cotton tree in her home. I was like, why do you have this? You want to be a slave? I told her, I started laughing. I said, Mama, you want to be a slave so bad. I said, what's the purpose of having this? So when she go to where my grandmother and her parents would grew up in Arkansas. So we're gonna say Arkansas. So she go there, visit family, this and that. She come back with a cotton tree, some pieces of a cotton tree. I just don't get that. To me, that's PTSD. That's slavery. I don't want to remember that. I don't understand what the purpose is. Is it good luck? I don't know. So I kind of made her feel bad, I think, you guys. So, because I'm just like, you want to be a slave so bad. I'm like, the colonizers just got you wrapped. I said, you wasn't a slave, mama. Your mama wasn't a slave. Now my great grandmother probably was a slave, or something like that. I don't know. I don't even know where we really truly came from. But that's another subject for another day. Because as Black people, we are all kind of over the place. So, but I might go ahead and do some digging and share that on my channel to try to see where did I actually come from. I don't want to do that DNA thing. You guys have. You all heard about that, the DNA ancestry thing. I don't want to be giving people my blood through the mail or whatever. Nah. So, but at any rate, but yeah, like this video, share this video, subscribe to the mix. Thank you guys for your continued support. I'm going to run a poll. Do you all believe NEYO'S comments were an issue? Was there an issue with his comments? Were they controversial? Do you believe in the right to having your own opinion as long as you're not trying to physically harm someone or attack them in words, So, but yeah, this topic is ongoing because, as you can see, there's legislation being passed in certain states and certain towns regarding this, even from an educational perspective. So, shout out to those who have the means, resources, or whatever the time to homeschool your child and try to shape and mold them or whatever, or just raise them in a space where you feel is the best direction, So, but yeah, thank you all for tuning in. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.